What's up, y'all? The reviewer is here, and I'm back to give y'all this album review of T-Rock called Defcon 1, Lyrical Warfare. Y'all should know who T-Rock is if you check out the last reviews that I did was Rock Solid 420 and Conspiracy Theory. I believe that was the only ones I reviewed for now. This right here is either his 4th or 5th debut album. I'll correct it in the description box if I got it wrong. And this is the real deal here. Now, y'all know, if y'all heard this album before, y'all know that this was definitely full of controversy with him and 3-6. You know what I'm saying? But despite that, I'll tell y'all how nice the album is. But anyway, let me give the guys who made the beats for the album the credit. And the producers were T-Love and The Navigator, and I believe L Doc as well. And the features were Al Capone, The Jerk, Odd One, Wildcat, J Love, the whole Area 51, or BKA, International Terrorist. I'm not listing them all, so so anyway, let's go with the songs now. The first one is just a Matrix intro. This is a pretty dope intro. This is a little sample from the Matrix. You know, nice beat to have. This Is What You Get. This features Al Capone and The Jerk. And it's a nice sample from the movie Belly. You know, with the Jamaican dude shooting his gun at people and stuff like that. But anyway, this is a dope track. T-Rock comes through with a nice verse. Al Capone comes through with a dope verse. And The Jerk, I'm not sure who he is, but he comes through with a dope verse, man. The way he raps on here is ridiculous. This is easily one of the best tracks off of this album alone. All right, the next one is called Murderers. This features Odd One. This is another nice track from T-Rock. Y'all know how T-Rock does when he raps fast, man. He starts ripping up on this song with nice verses, and then All One came in with a nice verse. And that beat, man, I know I heard that sound somewhere before. I think it's from a TV theme somewhere. It just sounds familiar. But anyway, the next track is called Live It Up. This is another nice track from T-Rock. He just pretty much talking about if you're doing whatever you gotta do, just live it up. But he comes through with some dope verses, man. This right here shows T-Rock's lyrical capability, man. The way he raps on here is insane, you know. Then the next one is called Pimp Sh. Whenever I see a track called Pimp Sh, I usually think it's not a good track, but this one right here is really nice. T-Rock comes through with some dope verses on pimping and all that stuff. It's a nice track. Then the next one is called F36. I know y'all been waiting for this. Man, this has to be one of the best diss songs of 3-6 that someone did, man. T-Rock just single-handedly dissed the whole clique. He was not pulling any punches or nothing. He was just throwing them. You know what I'm saying? And he comes through with some nice verses, and he really rips them to shreds. And he also gives shout out to Koopsta, may he rest in peace, Scam Man, Player Fly, you name it. You know, it's an awesome track. If you like diss songs, this probably should be at the top 10 diss songs of all times. Like, real talk, man. Then the next one is called Give Me Room. This is another tight track from T-Rock. It's a bumping beat, and T-Rock comes through with some great lyricism on here, man. Like, this, to me, this was T-Rock at his prime, man, but I'll explain that at the end of the review. Then the mid-tro, this is a pretty funny skit. I'm not gonna really explain it, you gotta hear it for yourself. Then Executive Squad, this is a posse track. T-Rock just comes through dissing the hell out of 3-6 again. Well, mainly DJ Paul and UCJ. He comes through, diss the heck out of them. And then a whole bunch of people raps on this song. I believe I've heard Lyrical Child's on there, J Love. I'm not sure who the rest of the other cats are, but they all come through with some nice verses, and then T-Rock rips them to shreds again. I'm sorry, it ain't supposed to be funny, but He comes through, rips them up again. Then Voltron. This is a blazing track from T-Rock, man. He comes through with a nice hook, with nice verses. Yo, this has to be one of the best lyrical songs out there, man. Like, the way he raps on here is insane. This is great talent at its finest. Y'all have to peep this song out if you haven't heard it before. It's a nice beat with great lyrics. The next one is called Who You Scaring. This is a Paul and Juicy diss. Again, T-Rock's dissed the hell out of them, and he raps over the beat called You Scared, the DJ Paul song and he comes through with some great lyricism, man, on here. And that's all the songs that I'm going to review for this album. Psych, I'm just kidding. I got more songs. There's actually extra tracks, and they pretty much was introducing a lot of other artists from their crew. Wildcat, there's a song called El Gato Blanc, and this was from the album Professional. It never came out, but this song right here is pretty tight from Wildcat, man. He comes through with some great lyrics, and he's like rapping English but rapping Spanish at the same time, and that's what makes it really and pretty original at its finest. It's a really nice beat with some great lyrics. Then the next one I'm gonna go to, When You're Broke. This is J Love's song from the album Blow, which never came out. But this is a really nice track from J Love. That beat is really laid back, and he come through with some nice lyrics as well. This is a pretty dope track overall. And then the outro is pretty funny, man. T-Love and the Navigator just taking shots at 3-6 Mafia. Basically the whole I'm about to say handicap, but Hypnotized Camp Posse. And J Love comes through with a nice little verse on there. And then it has a hidden track on there. Don't know what it's called, but it's a really dope track from J Love. He's just claiming Big Hampton and all that stuff. It's a really dope track. And that's all the songs I'm going to review. That's pretty much did all of them. So to rate this out of a 10, I'm going to say at least, I say a 9. I say a solid 9 for T-Rock, man. This, to me, this is a really dope album. And honestly, if you could just look behind or look past the fact that he's dissing 3-6, this is a really dope album. I think Secret Service Inc. and T-Rock them with T-Love and the Navigator doing the productions and L-Dot, they make a great chemistry. And I honestly, man, I wish they would get back together and make some tracks, man, because this was T-Rock at his finest. This was T-Rock at his prime. This is where he was at the point that, man, he was definitely unstoppable with the lyrics, man. And honestly, he doesn't really do much of it like he used to, but this right here is a must-have if you're a T-Rock fan, Memphis fan, and I'll even go to say Down South fan as well. And again, if you can just look past the fact that he dissed 3-6 Mafia on here, like I said, this is probably better than Conspiracy Theory, to be honest. And I think it probably would have been a really classic track because for what I heard, T-Rock left and he was in the verge of making the Mr. Washington story in the verge of this being released. And I guess what they did is they just put most of the diss tracks on here. So, and I think this would have been a classic album if T-Rock would have stayed with him. Just my personal opinion. So anyway, pick this thing up. I don't think it costs too much online. You might get it for a fair price. But anyway, shout out to T-Rock. Shout out to the whole Secret Service Inc., Area 51, you name it. Alright. Much love to the real folks. And I'll be on here back with another review. Alright. Peace out, guys.